What's up, motherfuckers? I'm back with another Top 5 Thursday. In this one, I chose to do Bethany Coyman's Top 5 Puke Scenes. And of course, kicking it off at number 5, we have to have the box office banner, Monday Mayhem Puke Scene that we aired for all of y'all that Bethany Coyman was a part of. Yes, she sat there on that very couch and watched me puke my guts up for an hour. Did y'all see it? I know you didn't get to see it live like it was a fucking concert, but did y'all see it? Okay. I'm not going to have that make the list, but of course, that is most likely why she picked this one. So yes, I did throw it in there as a joke. And thank you for your joke. That ended up being this top 5. Good memories, right? Maybe not so much for you, and yeah, maybe not so much for me either, because I puked a lot. Good Lord. Do not do the Sprite and 2 banana challenge, let alone with the 2-liter. It's only supposed to be a 20 ounce, but I'm a fucking madman, people. Whew. I don't know what I might do. For instance, I might drink a 2-liter Sprite and eat 2 bananas. Okay, but the actual top 5, let's just jump into it, you know? Let's do that. At number 5, I didn't really order these, so I'm just going to throw them out there. Number 5, puke scene. I'm going to go with The Exorcist, you know? Your mother sucks cocks in hell. Blech. That whole thing. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good movie, too. But yeah, not necessarily my favorite puke scene in a movie, but then again, as I'm doing this list, do I really have a favorite puke scene? It's puke. Blech. Blech. I might, puke makes you want to puke. But yet and still, when done right, it can be somewhat entertaining. Usually just gross, but sometimes, every once in a while, it can be entertaining. Here in The Exorcist, yeah, for sure. And I even asked like a couple people. I was like, y'all, just in case I missed one that was obvious, I was like at work today, like, hey, y'all think of any like puke scenes like a movie? And everybody was like, The Exorcist, The Exorcist. Can't really think of any more. I had like 3 pop into my head, and I had to think on it a little longer and came up with the other 2. But the first one that popped in my head was Exorcist. The Exorcist has to be on here, right? Right. Okay. At number 4, we're gonna go with Bridesmaids. The whole scene where they're trying on the dress, sis, is fucking flat out hilarious, where Kristen Wiig's character gets everybody food poisoning. That whole scene makes me die laughing. When Melissa McCarthy's sitting there like, and she like farts, she's like, I'm sorry, I'm not even entirely sure what the end that came out of. And the one girl's like, I just got to get off this carpet. And they are just puking, shitting, doing all that everywhere. Probably one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen in a movie. Every time I watch it, I die laughing. I die laughing the whole time, but that scene in particular might be the funniest in a very, 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 one of the best comedies of all time, funny movie. So I've got to have Bridesmaids on the list. Okay. Then at number 3, I'm going to go How High. How High. I don't know if you remember this shit, but there's a pretty epic throw-up scene that's always stuck with me. The Chinese character, I forget what he says. Like, he's on the couch, and he's had, like, a rough day. Maybe he smoked too much weed, drank too much beer, drank too much liquor, did a little bit of too much of everything, right? And he's laying down, and he literally says, like, when I was 12, I know that's how he starts it, but I don't remember what he says. He says something weird after that, and I know where he just starts going, and then he raises up, and he's, like, posed out like this, and it's just a hose of puke, like, and it is something like on The Exorcist, but times 100. And something about it, although it's not really, like, amazing, it did always stick out to me. So, naturally, I had to put it on here. I couldn't help myself. And afterwards, he's like, me hungry, or whatever the fuck he says. Yeah, everybody's had a good throw up, and then you might get a little hungry. Makes sense, right? But yeah, that one, for sure. That was one of the ones that popped in my head immediately that I knew I had to put on here. So definitely that. All right. And next, I'm going to roll with Pineapple Express. Now, this is a really quick one-and-done type throw-up scene, but because it's my favorite comedy of all time, it's going to make the list. And it's one of the quotable lines that always pops into my head. When Seth Rogen's panicking and he first sees Ted Jones murder one of the Asians, and he has nowhere to go, so he runs to Saul. And then when he runs to Saul, he's freaking the fuck out. He's like, I need to calm down. Chicken fries. Like, oh, you threw up in my printer? Did you break it? That scene is absolutely hilarious to me, and it involves throw up. It might be over in the blink of an eye, but given that it's my favorite comedy, and given that's one of my favorite scenes that I cannot stop, commenting on, Pineapple Express will make this list. And also, there was a whole bunch of other ones that was, right on that cusp that I was like, do I put that? Do I not? And I was like, well, like I said, Pineapple Express, my favorite comedy ever, so it won out. It got the nudge because of that. Once since I couldn't really choose which one I was going to use, I was like, yeah, I'll go with my favorite movie here. So I rolled with that. At number 1, Team America World Police. When the lead character in Team America World Police throws up, it is absolutely outlandish, kind of hilarious and crazy, and it follows that one scene that I used to be able to do so well, but I can't do now. He's talking about, we got dicks, pussies, and assholes, Chuck. And he's like, a dick can fuck an asshole, a dick can fuck a pussy. But an asshole can't... What does he say? I wish I prepared for these things better. But that's one of the funny. He's like, you get shit and throw up all over your dick. I don't know. I'm not doing it any justice, but it's funny as shit, and that is a memorable scene. And right after that, the puppet goes out there and blows chunks for what feels like forever. And it's got like the crazy, like, I'm in the middle of a downward spiral, downfall, music playing, and he pukes a little, and then it, develops into, and then you think it's done, and then he starts puking again. It's pretty comical. It's pretty funny to watch a puppet do that, right? We also saw puppets do other things in that movie that was kind of funny. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. But yeah, that is my top 5 puke scenes that I came up on the fly today. I'm sure I left some out, but that's what you get, bruh. Thanks again, Bethany, for the top 5 Thursday. I feel like I haven't seen you on the page in a while. Where the fuck you at, dude? Cool of you to jump back in, though. Either way, thanks, everybody. Love y'all. Appreciate all y'all for your support. And that is another top 5 Thursday. Peace out.